Hello everyone and welcome to Recap V. Today we'll be talking about a movie called New Initial D Movie, Legend 1. New Initial D is a 2014 to 2016 Japanese anime film series, based on the manga series Initial D, by Shuichi Shigeno. The movie is a retelling of the early stages of the manga and is split into 3 parts, with the first part being Legend 1. Watch out for spoilers and let us begin. The movie opens with Koichiro Iketani driving home on Mount Akina, where he witnesses an impromptu battle between Keisuke Takahashi of the Akagi RedSuns and a mysterious Toyota Sprinter Trueno AE86, which outmaneuvers and defeats Keisuke, surprising both of them at the amazing skill. After this, Koichiro goes to check on Keisuke, who says that he might have just seen the ghost of a driver who died on that mountain, amazed at how he managed to pull such a perfect super drift. The next morning we are sent to a school where we see 2 boys called Takumi Fujiwara and Itsuki Takeuchi, who is explaining to Takumi the story that happened last night. But Takumi seems clueless about cars and doesn't seem to care, and then they start talking about their salary as a girl called Natsuki Mogi interferes, and she's shocked to hear that they can work full time and make such a small amount of money. She wishes the 2 luck with their job, suggesting they hang out after finals, before leaving. Takumi then says that it has been a year since he last spoke to Mogi, and he says that he hit her boyfriend 3 years ago, his soccer club senior, and says he was a bit carried away. And the scene cuts to the gas station where Takumi, Itsuki and Koichiro work. They are talking about Itsuki wanting to buy a Toyota 86, and he is telling Takumi why it is so fun to ride throughout the mountain. Then an RX-7 enters the gas station and they see that it is the famous Keisuke from the Red Sun team. He went there to fill up his car with gas, but also to ask Koichiro about that mysterious 86 they met on Akira. Koichiro says he has no idea who it is, and then Keisuke leaves. Then we see Takumi, Itsuki, and Koichiro inside the gas station store talking about an event that's going to be next Saturday, and Itsuki gets excited but Takumi seems to not care. When Takumi gets home, he goes to sleep, and as he is lying on his bed he is asking himself why is Mogi acting so friendly, and then goes to sleep. The scene then cuts to Keisuke swerving around the mountain trying to find the mysterious 86 and seems to be irritated since he couldn't find him. The next morning we see the Akira team, saying that Keisuke is driving every single night in the mountain trying to find the ghost of Akira. Then Yuichi interrupts them and says that he knows the ghost of Akira, and says that he is the best racer of that mountain. But now he owns a tofu shop. Then in the night, Yuichi calls this driver congratulating him for surpassing the RX-7, but the guy says that it wasn't him. Yuichi, surprised, says that the kids at his store saw an 86 surpassing the RX-7, so then the guy says that that's his car, but he is not the one delivering. We then see the 86 ready to deliver, and as the man is giving the delivery drinks to the driver, we see that it is Takumi, and the other guy is his father Bunta Fujiwara. The next day we see Takumi and Itsuki walking around the school, and as they start to go up the stairs they see Mogi, and she says she has something to tell Takumi. They go to a tree and she asks him if he knows how to drive, and says that they should go to the beach together for summer break. We now see the Takahashi brothers talking about the 86 that outdrove Keisuke, and his brother Ryosuke says that he will also go to Akira. Then we see Koichiro, Itsuki, and Takumi driving on the Akira mountain. And as they arrive at the place they always meet with the team, they see that Keisuke is there along with Ryosuke, and they say that they want to have a car meet, and a race in this mountain, and also to practice tonight. Team Akina accepts, so they start driving on the mountain, and Koichiro starts driving too along with his team, leaving Itsuki and Takumi behind. During their practice, the inept speedstars are outmaneuvered by the Red Sun's advanced driving techniques. However, this does not stop Iketani from attempting to keep up. While doing so, he strikes a sharp bump on the road, making him lose control and crash. The next day, an injured but alive Iketani desperately goes to ask Takumi's father to be his replacement, though Bunta declines, claiming that he is too old to be Iketani's replacement. After this, we go to Takumi and Mogi on the roof of the school, and she tells him that she bought a new swimsuit for when they go to the beach, and then they decide to go on Sunday. In the evening we see Bunta and Yuichi trying to convince him to take the race, but with no success, so he tells him to let his son do it. After this we see him at home, and Takumi asks him for the car on Sunday. Bunta eventually accepts, but under the condition that Takumi must go to Akina on Saturday night and defeat Keisuke in a downhill race. The next morning Iketani goes to Bunta to ask him again, so he tells him that he accepts the race. At night, people all around the city have come to see the race happening. They start to warm up a bit, until the time comes, but in the end, the 86 doesn't appear, and so they get ready to start the race with Kenji going against Keisuke. But before it starts, they get a phone call saying that an 86 is trying to enter the mountain. Keisuke takes the phone and tells them to let him in, since this is the reason they wanted this race in the first place, as he's constantly smiling, unable to control his happiness. The 86 arrives and he goes to the starting line, then Takumi gets out acting confused about what is going on, surprising everyone. Then he tells them that his father Bunta told him to beat an RX-7, shocking everyone that Bunta is his father, and that he sent his son to race. His friend then hits him, and tells him that he doesn't know a thing about cars, as Takumi seems clueless that is driving an 86, so he tells him to move the car and not waste any more time. Iketani then asks Takumi who does the deliveries at their shop, so Takumi says he does. Iketani understands what is going on and lets him race. At the start of the race, Keisuke takes the lead, but Takumi's experienced driving skills allow him to catch up as the race goes on. Eventually, Takumi overtakes and defeats Keisuke by hooking his tires in the inside gutter at the 5 consecutive hairpins, surprising everyone with the impossible skills he possesses. After the battle, Keisuke tells Takumi to not lose a race until their rematch. Despite that, Takumi claims that he is not a racer, and that he hates driving, and that the only reason he drives fast is so he can get home faster. Keisuke gets angry at Takumi and tells him that he enjoys driving, that's why he drives fast, and says that makes him a racer, and that he should take pride in his techniques. After this he leaves. The next morning, Takumi and Natsuki play around at a beach during their date, where Takumi realizes his experience regarding the previous night's race. As Takumi embarks on his next morning delivery, he prepares himself for the next battles to come. Then in a post-credit scene, a black Nissan Skyline GT RR32, driven by the Myogi Night Kids Takeshi Nakazato, storms up Akina, looking for Takumi's 86. And this is where the movie ends. Hope you all enjoyed this recap. Make sure to leave a like, comment on what you think about it, and don't forget to subscribe so I can make more recaps of movies, TV shows, animes, etc. See you all on the next video.